This is Bushman Lives in Town, Mr. BLiT. But my real name is Sainga Girobat Sedoeka. I got the name from my grandma. And actually, that in the Toga society, they name their kids or children after great people in the society. So this name originally was for my great grandpa. And yeah, I mean, this is great me right now. I was born in one of the most extended family in the world, with 52 children in one family and more than 200 grandchildren. The Toga are the indigenous traditional living tribe around Lake Eyasi on the floor of the Great Rift Valley in Tanzania. Many of the Toga people nowadays, they start wearing modern cotton Tanzania cloth, but it's common when you go to the villages. You can see so many people wearing their traditional dress called kanwenda. It's like animal leather, which is well maintained and very decorated. It's pretty. And for the women, it's like religiously showing the difference between married and unmarried women. Many women carry the headdress on their arms, but both sexes can have facial scarification and extended earlobes. One of the Toga traditional belief includes practice of female genital mutilation for non-medical reasons. The Toga society is one of the most poorest and vulnerable population in East Africa, which are struggling to maintain their traditional way of life. The Tanzania government, they are trying to mandate schooling out there for every kid in Tanzania, but the Toga society find out is not suitable for their kids because the schooling doesn't really focus on how to take care of the cows, which is like the backbone of every Toga person out there living. So they decided to maybe we can school our kids at home because they never learn anything about school, about the cows, how to survive in hardship moments, like finding the green pastures and everything for their cows. So they decided to keep their kids at home and not bring them to school. The Toga way of life, many people find it interesting, including the most travelers and tourists and explorers up from abroad, which makes them to visit the Toga and learn the way of life. As I grew up in the 90s, to see so many tourists and explorers visiting my family with the due respect to learn our way of life has been really life-changing experience. In early 2000, there's a girl called Amy. She's from United States. By the time she visited Lake Eyasi and she met my uncle Momoya, and it happens that by the time my uncle Momoya was the only person who can speak English at the same time with the Toga language. Momoya bring her to my family as part of the tour, and she fell in love with the traditional living style which we are living, and she ended up living with my family because she fell in love with the traditional lifestyle. My mother, which is one of the 9 wives of my father, took care of her when she was staying in the bush with our family, and immediately before she located back to the United States, she decided to give my mom a present, of course my whole family, because they were nice to her. By the time I dropped out in one of the public school nearby villages, and I was grazing my dad's cows in the bush, so she decided to educate me instead. I attended one of the best colleges in Tanzania, in Arusha exactly, Institute of Accountancy, and I studied economics and finance. As soon as I finished my studies, I was looking to enter into the workforce, and then I realized that I can combine my career with my lifetime experience of being in the Toga, and I can work in travel industry. I joined my uncle Momoya to work as a local guide around Lake Eyasi. I believe that being a guide is what I do the best, and I've been doing it for almost a decade right now. We intend to use tourism as a platform to spread the love and change the world, and this is how we intend to do it. When you book a holiday with a BLiT Safari, a percentage of our sales will go directly to the newly formed non-profit making organization called Hawega Foundation. We intend to help disadvantaged girls from the Toga society from being undergoing female genital mutilation, and instead we exchange that with our sponsorship education. As the founder of the BLiT Safari, I encourage my clients to participate in the Emmy challenge of helping others without expecting anything in return. During your visits, I will introduce you to my tribe and get to learn their culture. And it's our hope that those kids who are able to benefit from the challenge they will be passing the opportunity to other children and finally fill the world with the love. 100% of the lodges which we are working with are eco-friendly. They are participating in protecting and conserving the environment, wildlife, and biodiversity. 99% of the people which are working with, they are the local people from the environment which they are based. Call us or email us today to find out about more socially responsible and culturally significant excursion in Tanzania.